Good morning, brothers and sisters in Christ. I hope everybody woke up on the right side of the bed. Thankful that God even woke us up today. And I hope everybody is happy that it's Friday. I have a few words for you guys, but I'm going to put those in other videos so you can choose whether or not you want to watch those. So this specific word today is for somebody who has been seeing things that you cannot explain, things that are questionable, things that you've tried to tell other people, but they do not believe you, or you can tell they're just, they're listening to you, but they're kind of like just brushing it off. Things that kind of scare yourself, and you're asking and questioning yourself, like, did I really just see that? Or is this just, and you have just keep writing it off as a coincidence. Oh, I didn't really see that, or that doesn't really matter. You've just been brushing it off. There are people who God has called to great things, and you have been running from that calling for a very long time. You've been writing it off. You've been putting it on the back burner. You've been telling yourself, oh, this is just a coincidence, or convincing yourself that you didn't see that. Let me tell you, I feel like I wish more people in Christianity, like in the churches, pastors and stuff like that, I feel like I wish they preached and talked more about the downside. I wouldn't even say the downside, because I wouldn't call anything about coming to God a downside, but more so the trials. I'll say the trial or the tribulation part of coming to God and getting closer to Him, because they teach peace and joy and how you're going to feel, and which it's true. Coming to God, you will feel all of the good things. You will feel the peace that surpasses all understanding that the Bible talks about. You will feel joy. You will feel at ease. You will feel lighter. Sure. But there is also another side of, I don't want to say scary, but things that you are definitely going to go through, especially once you reach a certain level of spiritual maturity. When you reach a certain level of that, the devil is going to come at you harder with different things, because he knows the small things are not going to get to you anymore. You can just pass those up. You know what, you don't even pay any attention to him when he does the little things to you anymore. So now that you have leveled up, the devil has got to level up his ways of trying to get you. So I wish that somebody would have told me that sometimes you are going to see scary things, because I feel like nobody told me that. The only reason I knew that this stuff was coming was because somebody in my family is a pastor, and they're a very powerful prophet. And so the stories that she would tell me, I knew that she wasn't a liar, so I believed her, but they were still hard to believe. The things that she told me she saw, that God showed her. Even the devil will try and scare you and show you things too. The things that God shows you, even if they're scary to you, it's not to scare you, but it's to make you aware and to train you. But the devil will show you some things that are scary. Like, I'm going to give you guys an instance here. A while back, I had a dream. In my dream, it was me and it was another person, and the dream didn't really have much substance. But in the dream, I remember seeing a stink bug. I don't know if you guys know what stink bugs are, but they're like these armored weird bugs. I don't know if you guys have them in your state or whatever. But they're these nasty bugs that when you squish them, they smell really bad. So we call them stink bugs. I don't know the real name for them. But in my dream, one crawled out, and then a bunch of them started to crawl out, and I kind of was like, ugh, or whatever. And then that was the end of that dream. It may have been more parts, but I didn't really remember them. Oh my God, the light is shining up in here, y'all. I'm sorry. But yeah, so the bugs were coming out in the dream. I woke up. I got myself ready a little bit, whatever. I went to my kitchen sink. No, this is real life. I woke up, went to my kitchen sink to go do a couple things, and I felt something on my leg. And I'm like, what the heck is this? So I just brushing it off. It was such a tiny little brush. I thought it was like a piece of hair or something on my leg. So I used my foot to brush it off of my calf. Then I felt it again. I looked down. Lo and behold, there was a stink bug on me. Now, you can call things like that a coincidence if you want to, but when you are a person who is spiritually mature, you know about spiritual warfare, you know about spell work, you know about witches, because you've been dealing with it for a while, you know that this is something sent by the enemy. And the average person, this might scare. Something in your dream happening to you in waking life, right as you saw it. There were bugs in my dream, and then when I wake up and go, mind you, this wasn't like in my bed or nothing that I saw the day before. This was literally on me when I had already walked to the kitchen and everything. So where did this even come from? So you're going to start to see scary things that you cannot explain, things that you may be even afraid to tell people, because you're like, people are going to think I'm crazy if I tell people. it is most likely, it's either spell work from the devil or it is God showing you things and trying to train you up. He has to do it in steps though. He's not going to give you the big scary thing, the things that you're going to be dealing with 5 years from now as a prophet or as an evangelist or as somebody who calls out demons on people and exorcises people. He's not going to just throw that right on you. He's going to give it to you in sections. God is not that type of person. Now the devil could throw you right in the pit. He don't care about your feelings. But God isn't going to do that to you. He's going to prepare for you. So it's going to get like this. You're gonna level up. He's gonna start to show you little things, and it's gonna build up to something greater so that he can prepare you. But when you start to see the scary things, you have to know whether that is from God or whether that is from the devil. You need to know how to bind that and rebuke it either way. And then you also need to learn how to navigate whatever it is that God is showing you. Like, why is he showing me this? Is this a part of my purpose? Is this a part of, because most likely, if God is showing you those type of things, you are called to the ministry to do something that has to do with whatever he's showing you. So you can run from it as long as you want, but as long as you are coming to God, you know you can't outrun God. You can't. You can try to delay or whatever it is that you want to do, but ultimately it's going to come back around to you. Like me, like I am in my mid-30s, almost late 30s. I am just now in my 30s, coming to the calling that God has set for me. I ran from it my entire life, being raised in the church, being raised by a pastor, being in Catholic schools. And I was raised to know God, but I ran from him for a very long time because I think a lot of it was because I was afraid, especially of the stories that I was told as a young girl of what my pastor had seen and stuff like that. And I was afraid to see that. I remember praying before, like, God, please don't scare me like that. Like the stuff that she had seen. I'm like, please don't scare me like that, God. But the thing about it is, it's inevitable. You have to learn that God did not give you the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and a sound mind. So at some point, you got to learn how to pray away that fear. I was listening to Joyce Myers yesterday. Or no, not Joyce. I'm sorry, y'all. It was Sarah Jakes Roberts. And she was talking about how obviously the spirit of fear isn't from God, but when you start to feel the spirit of fear come upon you, because fear is a natural emotion, it will happen sometimes. When you start to feel that, do the opposite of whatever it is that's scaring you. If you are afraid of whatever it is, whatever the devil is telling you to do, like don't go in that dark room. There's something in there waiting on you. Go in the dark room. And I plead the blood of Jesus, and you just got to go in there with knowing who your maker is and knowing who is standing with you, that Jesus is right behind you on all sides and in front of you. But I wanted to just give this word as a little motivation to somebody that we all go through it, especially if you are a new prophet, especially if you, I wouldn't call you a baby Christian because your faith is, your faith is your faith. I don't know how strong your faith is, but when you are just now coming into this, being a prophet or evangelist or whatever God has called you to be, it can be scary. But you just have to know that God is with you at all times. He's never going to leave you or forsake you, just like his word says. And you have to just lean into that calling. God will help you navigate the way. He's never going to just throw something on you and just leave you there. He's going to give you the steps. Now, I'm not going to say he's always going to give you clarity, because I've learned that sometimes when you seek clarity, he doesn't give it to you because he just wants you to trust him. So he doesn't always give you clarity. But you can still ask for clarity, and sometimes he will give it to you. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know that if you are getting into this business, into the propheticness, and your spirituality is maturing, you are going to see some things. There are going to be some things that scare you. There are going to be some questionable things. But just understand that there is a purpose and a place for you in God's kingdom. And he wants you to use that calling to save souls and to strengthen you into being who he has called you to be. Because remember, God doesn't just see the you now. I know you see the you now. Like, I'm not strong enough. I'm not worthy. I'm too scary for this. I can't stand in front of people to talk. But God, you called me to the ministry. I'm afraid of this. Remember that God can see you the 10 years from now, you. The you that's going to be casting out demons. The you that's going to be up on the stage that you said you'd never be on. But I hope this word motivates somebody. And again, if you are afraid of anything, call on your maker, because everything that you're afraid of is afraid of him. I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a great weekend.